Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the garage. I'm Uncle Frank, and that you are having a great day. And in today's video, I'd like to sit back in my very comfortable, very squeaky chair, relax, and have a little conversation with all of you guys about the reserved list situation and the panic and the uproar and the fury going through the Magic community right now, as a lot of people are up in arms about a new spoiler card showcased off for the new Strixhaven set, whose name eludes me. Secrets of Strixhaven? Oh, there's an actual Strixhaven Magic the Gathering set coming out at some point in the next few months, which is surprising because I thought we were getting another Marvel set or three before the end of the year and no new Magic sets. But I guess from time to time, Wizards of the Coast does feel like throwing actual Magic fans a crumb, even if it is more Harry Potter nonsense. But yeah, Ameritus of Ideation. In case you guys haven't seen it, it's a brand new spoiler card for the upcoming standard set. It is a 5/5 human wizard, 3 and 2 blue. Reading it off the screen over here. It's got flying and ward 2, which means it's evasive and hard to get rid of. It enters prepared. Now, what is prepared? Well, prepared is a new keyword ability. Creatures with prepared have a extra spell stapled onto them. And when they are prepared, which is a condition they can have, they can cast the spell for its cost, at which point they become unprepared. So Ameritus of Ideation enters prepared, and when it attacks, you may exile 8 cards from your graveyard, and if you do, it becomes prepared again. So, some concept, it comes in prepared, you get to cast the spell, and if you attack and banish 8 cards, it becomes prepared again. And you can presumably do that as often as you can fill your graveyard up, right? What's got people in a tizzy is not this new mechanic, or even this new card itself, or its power level, although I do believe the power level is something to keep an eye on. No, it's the particular wording of the spell they've glued onto Ameritus of Ideation, because the prepared spell is Ancestor Recall, which is a instant for 1 blue that makes target player draw 3 cards. Now, you guys may or may not be aware of Magic's history. Sorry, I really wanted to stretch there for some reason. It feels good. You guys may not be aware of Magic history, but way back in the day, there was a set of cards called the Reserved List, which is a set of cards Wizards of the Coast promised to never ever again reprint. And some of those reserved list cards, 9 in particular, are very powerful cards that have been feared as the Power 9. One of those Power 9 cards on the reserved list is called Ancestral Recall. And because of that card being glued to a creature card in a standard Magic the Gathering set, people have lost their goddamn minds online. And it's not hard to see why. I myself had a bit of a knee-jerk, angry reaction when I first saw this, because obviously. But if we're being honest, you know, a lot of the outrage we're seeing online, oh, this violates the reserve list, oh, this is the end of Magic collectability, etc. I think that's a bit too much of a knee-jerk reaction. No, it doesn't violate the reserved list. It does kind of poke at the face of the spirit of the reserved list, you know, kind of like a I'm not reprinting it kind of thing, being very annoying. You know, like if Mark Rosewater was like at your ear, it's not actually a reprint, because it's not actually a reprint. They're absolutely, you know, realistically, this is just a mechanical flavor thing where occasionally this creature will be able to draw you 3 cards, and they just decided to flavorfully call that ability Ancestral Recall. It's not actually a reprint of a reserved list card. We have to be absolutely clear about that. This is just them using it to flavorfully sell this mechanic and creature and boost up the power level of the set. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm honestly more worried about the potential power level of this card rather than the reserved list implications, because that is a strong effect. Drawing 3 cards cannot be underestimated, especially for 1 blue mana once you're set up. And yeah, I know 6 mana effectively to get this to go off even once is not all that realistic and standard, But in like modern, I feel like modern decks with access to blue can fill up the graveyard very easily. Dredge is still very much a thing. Am I right? Am I wrong? I think I'm right. So yeah, Ameritus of Ideation is an interesting card that opens up... Very loud truck passing by. It's an interesting card that opens up an interesting bit of mechanical design. One that I don't think Wizards has really explored before. It is, for all intents and purposes, an activated ability with a very significant trigger setup behind it. That's it. It is, for all intents and purposes, just an activated ability. No different than most legendary creatures these days have. It just so happens that the activated ability itself is flavorfully called Ancestor Recall, and that's got people in a tizzy. And I don't think it's that worth being upset about it, because it's, until they actually put Ancestor Recall by itself on a card in a set named Magic 30, there's no reason to... Oh, wait, they did that already. Crap. Well, it still annoys people, then, doesn't it? But yeah, no, I don't think this card is that much of a worry. I think it's strong. I think it's definitely going to see some collectability to it. Well, collectible as far as a modern Magic card can be, you know, until they decide to reprint it into the ground. But a lot of the outrage, a lot of the upset voices online, I don't think this kind of thing is something that you should really worry about or bother being upset by. There's so many things Wizards of the Coast as a company and Hasbro as a company do that are actually worth being upset about. Have you guys heard that the like 50% of the Dan decks that they sent out for that secret layer drop, apparently like half of them are arriving damaged? Like in the box itself is not damaged, the stuff inside is damaged. Apparently that's a thing that's been happening. I haven't I should read into that, see more about that, because apparently that's been happening. Like, and if that's true, that's something worth being upset about. Like, it's crazy. Weird new mechanical effect. Meh. Wizards has done worse. I think Companion is a worse thing for the game. I think Partner Commanders are a worse thing. But, you know, that's just my opinion, I suppose. What do you guys think? I'll leave it there. This is going to be a shorter video just because... Just talking about one specific spoiler for one specific set that just happens to have a lot of people in the community in a tizzy. That I don't think is actually worth being all that upset about. Is it worth talking about? Absolutely. It does, you know, raise the reserve list question, like, oh, this is another reminder the reserve list exists. But it's not actually a reserve list reprint. It's not actually affecting it at all. I don't think it'll actually affect reserve list prices beyond how many people actually even care about the reserve list right now. How many people are buying into it after Magic 30? Probably not many. But anyway, like I said, I'll leave it there. Please like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me or disagree with me. I do read all your guys' comments. Check out the Discord, Patreon, and TCG player links in the description below. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Ciao.